Oh man, y'all! I'm so excited to finally be back because we got cut off last time. We got cut short. We totally got cut short last time because of the freaking storms and everything that were going on in the area, which I hope isn't the case today. Because supposedly now we're supposed to have a chance of like wintry mix or snow in the area because it got so cold. Hence why I'm wearing one of the warmer cosplays or closet cosplays of Casti because oh boy. It is chilly. But I'm so excited! We have been doing a couple things here and there, as I promised you guys. Nothing that y'all have missed. If you check out Temenos, he does look kind of different because I went back to my previous save that I made right before we started Endgame and the lovely campfire event. And went and got the Conjurer job. From that one fight that we tried to attempt to do completely blind, with the Conjurer Geisha lady at the top of the 5-tiered tower in a coup, and I got my butt kicked. She was much easier once I kind of knew her weaknesses, kind of did my strats, but we got it. I got Temenos to unlock all the stuff. It actually has some really cool, like, skills and stuff. Like, y'all look at these. Hang on. A lot of stuff where it's like, you know, you support, and this goes for all allies, like adds magic hits with all things, all kinds of neat spells and other stuff. Like the secret jobs are kind of cracked and such, but then these support skills are even better. Reduce attribute reducing effects, dissipate twice as quickly, halves the SP for equipping character skills, which is super big, especially for people and casters like Temenos and or Oswald in the future. Divine Wrath, bring misfortune upon the foe who renders the equipping character incapacitated. And a BP regeneration has a 25% chance of recovering the amount of BP used, which is kind of big. But other than that, I didn't do too much else other than I did a couple of the next chapters, like Mika, and I finally figured out what we were supposed to do about the Guardian and Mira, which were they were cute. Again, I won't spoil them too much, since they are kind of like epilogues for some of those NPCs, which they do a fantastic job of storytelling and such. But they gave really good equipment and such. Hang on, let me see. Oh no, this one was from a different side quest that had another like secret big bad that was from Gravel. But anything that increases Throne's speed, 100% I want that because it's gonna just be absolutely decimating with Aber's Reckoning. Let me see. I thought I put one of them on somebody. I could have been wrong. Oh, wait. Hold on, he needs a good sword. I've been kind of flopping some jobs around here and there for the most part. Alright, but yeah, last time we started up Endgame. We saw the amazing scene with all the characters coming together, camping out under the stars, talking about their what's next for them, and then seeing the flames, seeing the little things I pointed out to you guys with the freaking loading icon, with the torches, the blue flames being put out one by one until darkness just encompassed like literally the entire world. So now we have to go find the places where all this is going down. And we did the first one, which was over in a Tranquil Grotto, which was down here. Now has the torch since we did relight it, and we learned the lore of Kazan / Oboro, that was the journal that we found in Hikari's chapter 1 about the guy that was going to go kill the king and then got taken in by him, and he had a sister and all that noise, and then he betrayed and was working for the Moonshade Order. So that's what we're up against. They're trying to bring darkness and V-Day or whatever back to the world. And then we came here to the Felsun Ruins. We started reading these, and we started getting a whole bunch of other lore, but this was when we also started dropping frames, and I didn't want to drop frames in the midst of lore and everything else, so we thankfully were able to reverse it back to the autosave, back to here, so you guys didn't miss me reading any of these journals, because this lore is going to be so important, it's going to blow your minds. But, alright. As there's been a lot of stuff working in the background. If you guys have not noticed, across all of the Traveler stories, if you've noticed. Alright, Journal Fragment 1. I did it, diary! I finally got hired as a scrivener, and for the Delta Times, too. All the world's information flows through a newspaper, a river of facts alongside a paper water wheel, an endless procession of scoop, scoop, scoop. As a journalist, I'll dash about the world investigating, uncovering, and breaking news. What better way for me to carry out my mission? I've thought about this a lot, and everyone has some fact they're hiding. Vast sums of knowledge locked in noggins the world over. But how to crack open these repositories and acquire those tasty secrets within? That's the rub, of course. As I am now, I doubt that I have the dexterity to pick up any of those cranial locks. I was raised in isolation, always out of the loop, hiding quietly on the outskirts of society. There's a positive way to spin that, though. I spent all the time that I wasn't talking to people, observing them. Here's what I learned. People let their guard down around cute little animals. A scowling guard captain will play cuddly-coo with an adorable puppy, and soon confess all his gripes to the precious thing. And so I will become the puppy. I'll wag my little doggy tail, act the part of the friendly little non-threatening furball, and sidle right into people's confidences. My brother may be the soaring eagle with his bird's eye view, but I'll be the sharp-eyed hound, keeping my nose to the ground and sniffing out every last detail I can find. Yeah, we've got a lot of these to read, so I'll try not to harp on it too much.
I'll do what I must.
Oh, hi.
Here I come.
Nerds. Yeah, oh, so much lore. I do let my guard down in the presence of the duck. What's up, Toast? How are you? I mean, I understand it. When you feel like you're in front of something that's kind of, you know, weaker or more defenseless or inconsequential to you, you can kind of tend to let your guard down and become a little more sympathetic. So, there's that.
Blaze on!
Or things move to the light, because it's all dark. Oh, stop that.
Too slow.
What to do?
Oh, you nerds. Now my suspicion is up. It should be. It 100% should be. This is the time to be sus. This is 100% the time to be sus. Windy Refrain was one of Agnea's EX skills we hadn't tried out yet.
The winds of favor blow.
Here I come.
Woo. I may have also given some of the characters some of the stat nuts that we found here and there. I definitely didn't dole all of them out, but I may have helped out here and there.
You're too kind.
To work.
Especially to Hikari for his HP and his attack, to Throne for her speed, because again, the faster she is, the bigger damage she's gonna do with
Be healed.
Aber's Reckoning.
Prepare yourself.
So I definitely want to take advantage of that.
That's
Won't
effective.
do.
Well, rude.
All right.
Again, these guys do not mess around.
Prepare yourself. It's over.
It's my turn now.
There.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just continue on through this darkness. Oh, I've got to be sure we have evasive maneuvers up. Hold on. Hold. Somebody needs to have this. Ooh, no, I want that. Ugh. So tough. This one isn't as bad, even though Fruits of Labor for heightened physical and elemental defense is good. We really need evasive maneuvers, just so we're not running into fights every other journal entry. Alright, journal entry 2. We're gonna read a lot of these. My oldest memory is crimson. A spray of bright red droplets and a harrowing scream. A crowd fleeing in all directions and enemy soldiers mercilessly cutting down innocents. Some of them even laughed as they did it. Amidst this, I was a stone. Still in my tender years, I neither cried nor wept nor cowered, but merely watched the chaos unfold. Being raised in a war-torn land does things to an impressionable mind. Make sure. I know since, like, again, we're playing the Switch right here, my camera's right there. Trying to make sure you guys can hear and see to the best as possible. Gotta make some adjustments. Being raised in a war-torn land does things to an impressionable mind, and I suppose something had already broken inside me. I would have died that day, cut down like the rest, were it not for my brother. His cunning carved a path for us out of that hellish place. My brother is brilliant, so much so that the enemy king spared him if he would serve. Yet despite his genius, despite how shrewd the plans he proposed were in their attempts to avoid bloodshed, the blood always flowed. Humans steal, they kill, they take and they take and they take. Lives, possessions, land is the state of our nature, a simple fact of our existence. My brother and I have seen so much together, and we've both reached the same conclusion. The world doesn't deserve to see another dawn. The life of man is nasty, brutish, and ugly. Why not make it short? Oh boy. I need her on our side, and I need you to convince her that's a good idea. My brother's face was flushed as he handed me the letter addressed to Rai Mei. Perhaps he'd been in his cups. I didn't need to ask him why we would be celebrating. The fundraising in Montwise was going swimmingly. On my way home, I spotted Hikari. He's the key to everything in Ku, and if our machinations go according to plan, my brother will get what he's after. I doubt Hikari has a clue who I am. Another tactic proposed by Brother Dearest. No prior familiarity with me will help move things along down the line. But though Hikari doesn't know anything about me, I certainly know a lot about him. Hikari has another side to him, a second personality that my brother says was born from his family's cursed lineage. Somewhere in the past, Clan Ku's blood mingled with that of the infamous Archmage Darkest, sparking a history of war and sacrifice. A more odious bloodline I do not know. As I passed Hikari in the street, for a moment I felt as if our eyes met. His gaze was steady and true, just as it was when he was a boy. How had that bright spark in his eyes not dimmed over time? He had seen the same horrors I had, been through the same terrible war. Again, I'm gonna try to find these in order, but again, y'all see the picture that's being painted, I hope. This is bad. Hikari was captured before I had the chance to deliver my brother's letter to Rai Mei. If Hikari is killed, it'll ruin everything, and we'll have to start over from scratch. Clan Mei calls the Fortress of Stormhail its home, coldest place in Celistia, and I hate it. Time is of the essence, yet this frigid blizzard is battering me around like a leaf in the wind. If only I could take 2 steps back without being blown 3 back. By the time I finally reached Stormhail, Hikari had already been released. I can only assume he managed to sway Rai Mei on his own. I handed my overdue missive to one of Rai Mei's retainer and quickly put that chilly place behind me. So someone's been working in the background of Hikari's story, just the same as we've recently found out that Kazan has been orchestrating everything. From encouraging Mugen to take the throne, to kill their father, the king, to rising up Hikari and encouraging him to gather his allies and take back Ku. There's a lot going on. Oswald is sentenced to life imprisonment. It took me a moment to process the judge's verdict. I blinked, doubting my ears. What was going on here? He was supposed to be executed, wasn't he? I ran as fast as I could to find Harvey. I should have known. That swine had stuffed leaves into the judge's pocket to bribe him into that decision. Why? I want him to see the power of my perfected magic. That's his reason, the blighted fool. Pride. Worthless pride. We need the Book of Demons complete. What if Oswald somehow finds a way to interfere? Mia! Mia, thank you for the resub at 5 months. I appreciate it. Enjoy your ad-reviewing, sub-badge, and emotes like Ducksit, and thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Not to kind of juxtapose the moment we have going on here. So, whoever this was also influencing Oswald's story. And Harvey. And somehow Harvey, of all people, stayed the judge's hand from sentencing Oswald to death. Of all things. Which led to his story, plotting his revenge, his escape, getting to Harvey, saving his daughter, finding out the fates of his wife and daughter and everything. So this person has been working with them the whole time. The supervisor jump scare, but I'm back. Welcome back, Midnight. Sorry for the supervisor jump scare. When I gave my report to my brother, he simply said, "Just watch the spectacle unfold." Apparently my brother had already taken Harvey's massive ego into account when he made his contract with the man. If that's the case, then I suppose this isn't a problem after all. Regardless, I should hurry and gather what information I can about Frigid Isle. So, the Book of Demons. Again, we know that this is the Moonshade Order. We know that this is the Moonshade Order who's been working countlessly behind the scenes. I think it's this one. I don't want to do these in order, or out of order, for sure. Hello. I've been feeling better. I have been. I still have a little bit of drainage and stuff and a little EP just because my neighbors decided to blast their music last night. But this is fine. We're still carrying on and still going to enjoy all the endgame lore. I don't think we're going to get to the boss today. If anything, we'll get to it Friday. And we'll talk more about that after this. Oh, wait. No, that was 7. I did this before where I thought, trying to get the order right. Okay, Journal 6. I concealed myself among the chattering students and slipped into Harvey's lecture. The Book of Demons is nearly complete, so he was in a jovial mood. When I saw my chance, I gave Harvey the news. Oswald had tried to escape Frigid Isle and died in the attempt. I thought the news would throw his high spirits off a cliff, but instead he just started giggling. It was creepy. When he finally settled down, he merely said, "I need to prepare for my guest's arrival," and vanished back into his laboratory, humming cheerfully all the while. It's like he thinks Oswald is alive. Is Oswald alive? It can't be, and yet, if so, then he will come here to find Harvey and seek his vengeance. Wait, this could be perfect. I doubt Harvey will honor our agreement and hand over the Book of Demons without a fuss. If I can set those two against each other, it might create the perfect opportunity to slip in and swipe the book. I wonder if my brother predicted this, too. Okay, then we go to 7. Harvey is left for Duskroon Shrine. The remains of Archmage Darkess will provide the final piece that Harvey needs. The Book of Demons will soon be complete. I found a nice, cozy place to conceal myself, and sure enough, Oswald showed up. Just as predicted, the two fought it out, and I was able to retrieve the Book of Demons in the wake of their battle. There was one surprise, however. Harvey escaped alive. Wait, what? So this person was there when we were fighting. What was that bright flash of magic? A glimpse of a force that may dwarf even that of the Book of Demons? That girl. Does she have some special power within her? Hold on tight, chat. We're not done yet. Oswald entrusted the girl, Alina, to his assistant before setting off on a journey. Like Alpates, the blood of the Lumina family runs in Alina's veins. I'll need to continue monitoring her to watch for suspicious signs. Excuse me. Day after day, Alina sits at her desk and pours herself into her studies. A diligent girl, I suppose, but I am curious as to why her brow sometimes wrinkles and she cradles her head in her hands. Still, her eyes are bright and her gaze seemingly set on some happy goal far off in the distance. A marked difference from when I saw her in Harvey's company. There was only worry and fear in her eyes then. My heart nearly leapt out of my throat when I heard that assistant's voice suddenly ring out behind me. "Can I help you, miss?" I immediately turned and tried to distract and dissemble with my tried and true cover story. "Can I interest you in a newspaper subscription?" She smiled then, eyes warm, but I sensed a keen suspicion burning deep within those friendly eyes. I will not underestimate her again. No one has ever noticed me when I didn't want to be found. I'll need to abandon my surveillance. Too risky. So, Oswald's assistant, who we left Alina in her care. Yeah. So whoever this was watching Alina because of her powers, like Alpates from the Light Tribe. And we knew that Oswald's assistant, Clarice, I think, we knew she was bright and sharp. So, besides, I've seen nothing suspect in all the time I've watched Alina. Might as well move on to more important matters. Well, here I am in Candlebrine. Word is that I can find someone who has the lost pages of the Book of Night's original manuscript. Caldina, captain of the Sacred Guard, seems to be moving as Arcanet predicted and assembling these pages. Arcanet. Okay, so Caldina was part of Temenos' story as the captain of the Sacred Guard, but who is Arcanet? There's a potential problem, however. A nosy inquisitor named Temenos seems to have caught wind of all this. Arcanet has her eye on him, but I can only pray he doesn't make any problems for us. I'll need to be careful not to draw his attention, too. The Book of Night is close to being fully restored. Once it is, I'll need to move quickly to retrieve it and fulfill my mission. Allying myself with Arcanet was merely the easiest means to that end. My brother did tell me to be wary of her, however. He was quite forceful about it. I wonder why. Oh my gosh, we have so many journal entries! I forgot how many journal entries there are! Hang on. Oh, and I've only got 2 snoozes. We may have to run ad before we finish these journal entries, because oh my gosh. Alright, 10. Caldina, captain of the Sacred Guard, is driven by a lust for vengeance. To achieve that end, she seeks to make the power of Shadow her own, and with the restored Book of Night in hand, she set out for the Twilight Shrine. Her naive dream of avenging her people will never become reality. Why, you ask, dear diary? Because the right Arcanet taught her is purposely flawed. Oh no. Can you read them all again? I wasn't taking notes. Oh no. Oh no. So y'all remember with the boss fight with Caldina, and she was performing that rite? How she said it was supposed to give her power, but it messed up and basically turned her into like a dark abomination of her former self? That was done on purpose by whoever this Arcanet is that's trying to influence Temenos' story. So there I was, hiding in the shadows of the Twilight Shrine and waiting for the perfect opportunity. Lo and behold, Caldina's right went awry, and she transformed into a most hideous form. No one told me I'd have to deal with some horrible monster. This is above my pay grade. Luckily, I had no need to fear. That Temenos showed up and handled the Caldina problem for me. I suppose Arcanet was behind his well-timed arrival. What a puppet master. Bravo. I finally understand why my brother warned me to keep an eye on her. I slipped down to the ritual site after Temenos made his exit and retrieved the Book of Night. All that's left is to combine it with the Book of Demons, and we'll be able to complete the Dark Blood Grimoire. We've heard of the Book of Night. We heard about the Book of Demons. But now we're hearing if you put the two together of something called the Dark Blood Grimoire. Again, all this time, someone's been working in the shadows of our entire story. Of every traveler so far. Hikari, Oswald, Temenos. Who else? I'll show you who else. Here I am, grand old Timberain, just in time for the coronation ceremony. Word on the street is that an apothecary named Trousseau is going to rain on the parade with a storm infused with shadow energy. His goal, and I quote, is to extend a hand to save all in need. What a nice notion. Let's rewind the clock. It was 1 year ago that Trousseau lost hope in the future and started down this path. He was out gathering medicinal herbs when he stumbled into Lost Seed. There he met Claude, who gave him the Book of Night. Claude, who is Throne's father, the father of the Black Snakes, who I suspect was the prince in the story of Lost Seed. That's where Trousseau turned. Because he gave him the Book of Night, because of all the horrors of this world, and Trousseau's like, nah, we're just gonna Thanos snap it and reset. Claude was disappointed with the encounter, it seems. He had swayed Trousseau to his side, but couldn't persuade an apothecary in the man's company. Huh. With a regretful sigh, he told me that this other apothecary's eyes were filled with a motherly strength, deep wells of kindness that belied a sense of fierce determination. What was her name again? Ah, yes, Casti. She stopped Trousseau, saw the people of Timberain to safety, and even dealt with the poison rain. As if that wasn't enough, she also managed to mix up medicine that could combat the shadow on the spot. Claude's intuition was right. Casti is someone to keep an eye on. My brother will need to know that we have another dangerous potential wrench in our plans. Now we see that they've been watching Casti. And Trousseau. Again, so much is happening in the background. What was that? That was 11. Which one is 12? I want to try to read these in order. Okay, 12, good. I met a merchant today in Clockbank, an honest fellow with laughing eyes named Particio. He's boasted that he'll rustle up 80 billion leaves and buy the rights to the steam engine from its current owner, Mr. Rock. Then he'll give the technology away to everyone. When pressed on why, he said, things like this should be shared with the whole world. Particio confuses me. If I can borrow that ruthless Rock's words, it is human nature to take from others and give unto oneself. Despite his noble declarations, I'm sure Particio will prove himself no different from the other slime. Greed and self-interest will win out in the end. They always do. Still, I'm vaguely curious as to how his story will play out. I'll follow this Particio, though I'll keep my expectations low. Placing your faith in others only gets you betrayed in the end. Things are starting to line up. That Particio's story is where we were introduced to this character. If you don't know who I'm talking about yet, if it hasn't added up with who is running around writing all these stories and diary entries. Okay, one more. One more. No, wait, that was 15! No. Frick. How do we jump from 12 to 15? Video game.
Shall we?
Okay.
Oh dear. Say your prayers.
No. Yeah, we should be able to get away. Alright, before things get any crazier. Like, ugh. So much is happening. Oh, man. Again, this person has been following every entire traveler's story from the beginning, whatever the beginning may be. Again, I hate that we have to stop like right here, but we were just yapping so much in the beginning. But we will finish this. We will finish this, these journal entries, and, we'll slowly start to put things into perspective if y'all haven't already caught on already. But, we do need to take an ad break, as we do, 3 minutes every hour. No more, no less. I'm sorry to leave you guys with the creepy music and everything, but what else can we do? We're stuck in the middle of the night, in the middle of the darkness, so there's nowhere else we can really go right now to, change the music. But, I'm just gonna stand up and stretch. I encourage y'all to do the same. Get a snack, get your blankets, get something to drink. I need to get some water, either way. And I will see you guys on the other side of the ads, and I appreciate y'all's patience. And I will be right back. Keep hitting my mic with my chair, and I don't mean to. Alright. Thank you everybody for your patience. We're back. Let us continue. Let's continue our journal reading. Hopefully in order. 16, what? Where? Game, where? Where? Okay, we're on 12. We need... I might as well just pick them all up. That's 14. $17. 13. I don't know why 13's all the way over here, but whatever. I can't believe it. How did Particio turn that economic desert of a town into a hopping commercial hub? That business idea of his was inspired. I must admit that watching Alron's department store come to life woke something warm inside me. I told Particio that the world's filled with people groaning under the weight of 1,000 problems. It's fresh ideas like this that bring a ray of joy into troubled lives. For once, I really truly meant what I said. I should never have poured my heart out in public like that. I suppose my declaration was proof that he's cracked my emotional defenses and convinced me to believe in him. In my defense, he's really something else. Before I knew it, I was promising to help. Truth is, I'm excited to see what magic he'll pull out of his Particio hat next. Guess what, dear diary? This is the first time I've ever helped someone for something that wasn't directly related to my mission. Let me stop for a moment and also appreciate the fact that he convinced the Alron to invest 80 billion leaves in him. 80 billion! The question is, will Particio prove to be a man of integrity? Will he really use those leaves to help the world and not just to line his own pockets? Just a bit longer. Only a bit, mind. I find myself needing to see what he does next. Now, I do kind of wonder if you were supposed to, like, read them in a certain order. Like, I mean, they're clearly numbered, so I don't know, like, why they were all kind of scattered like that. Okay, but that was 13. And now 14. Articio's gone and done it. He has gone and done it. He's humbled Rock and actually wrested the rights to the steam engine from that greedy tycoon. Still, that's nothing compared to what he did next. He actually gave it away, just as he said he would. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. He's lived up to that grandiose statement and then some. The heat of his passion even melted Rock's icy heart, and I didn't think that desert sun was hot enough to do that. So, taking a step back, what Particio did is impossible, unimaginable, inconceivable. What is this word? I don't think you know the meaning of this word that you are using. I've observed countless people in my time, and to date, every one of them is motivated to varying degrees by self-interest. People are always willing to step on others to achieve their own interests, but Particio? Is he truly different? Is he someone who can at last transform this dark, ugly world into something wonderful? What do you think, brother? So whoever this is being convinced by Particio, which we know Particio is heckin' wholesome enough. Like, just fantastic character, as it is. My brother made a deal with Harvey. Craft the Book of Demons, an evil tome said to be imbued with the magic of Darkest himself. Why, you ask? Well, dear diary, because we needed to restore the lost Darkblood Grimoire. So this is... Why does this come after? Why is this coming after when we said we were already getting the book from Harvey, or that the book was done? The rub here is that neither my brilliant brother nor even Claude knows how to make this tome, thus the need for Harvey. So what? This person, Harvey, whoever this is, who I've kind of all accidentally spoiled, like, all these people are working for the Moonshade Order. The one thing my brother does know is that the remains of Darkest are a key component. When I shared that vital tidbit, Harvey smiled. That's all I needed. It sounds like he was already most of the way there. He's a valuable asset, so we'll do everything we can to assist him. Harvey has an unhealthy obsession with a scholar named Oswald. No. Let's call it what it is. A severe inferiority complex. Harvey told me he'd gladly give up the Dawn if it meant he could best the man. We let Harvey read the Book of Night in order to pull him into our intrigues, but honestly I think it wasn't necessary. That bottomless well of envy in his gut, properly manipulated, would likely have been motivation enough. Besides, I don't trust him. No normal person can fathom that twisted mind of his. Mood. Alright, 16. Welcome to my humble castle. That was how he greeted me when I arrived in Lost Seed, before he took me on a casual stroll through the rotting mausoleum of a town. I struggled not to gag on the stench of death and decay, all the while him smiling and breathing deep, as if taking in the airs of a tranquil mountain meadow. That ghastly man's name is Claude, and he is the descendant of the infamous Archmage Darkest. It is said that his notorious grandfather gave him a taste of the blood of the malevolent god of darkness Vide, frighteningly enough while he was still in the womb. As a result, the man is blessed with eternal youth. This is why Claude has lived this long, is because his grandfather put the blood of Vide in him while in his mother's pregnant belly. Which, if Claude was terrifying enough, we can't imagine what his grandfather was like, or even how he got his hands on the blood of the god of darkness Vide. Which, again, if you guys don't remember, the little story at the very beginning of Temenos's entire story, when it started, and his paper plays, were about the 8 gods defeating Vide. All that in the beginning. With the blood of Darkest and Vide within his veins, Claude's fate was to become the Dark God's vessel. And yet he rejected this destiny, and instead chose to pass that honor on to his offspring. For our part, we don't care who the vessel is, just that we have one. Claude, however, seems to have preferences in the matter. Preferences. The man sired countless children with countless women and set his progeny at each other's throats. To the bloody victor goes the ultimate spoils. Which was the Black Snakes, and Throne, and Mother and Father, and all of them. I shivered as he looked me up and down, his eyes seeming to pierce my very soul. It was as if he was seeking to plant a murderous seed inside me, too. Ugh. When he handed me the Dark Blood staff, he told me that the woman who stole it for him has a lot of potential. His words. My purpose in Lost Seed fulfilled, I hurried out of there. I can't wait to hand over the staff to Agnea and let her handle the cathedral's sacred flame. Uh-oh. That was the last flame to go out, too. That was the last flame that we saw go out that was at Flame Church. Oh boy. We still don't know who Agnea is, though, other than she's been orchestrating everything. Okay. Okay, and 17's the last one. Dear Diary, today I met with Petrichor, the woman known as the Dark Hunter. Wait. Again, like, it's so brilliant how they've been orchestrating everything. That, and again, I already kind of knew some of this stuff. I've got some secrets of my own still. But, that they just orchestrate everything through all of the stories. That back in Ochet's story, we kept hearing about this Dark Hunter that was going around taking out all the creatures of legend, so that the Knight of the Scarlet Moon would succeed, probably. But now we have a name, Petrichor. I'd introduced her to Professor Harvey several years ago at Arcanett's request, so this has been in the making for years. She was talkative today and had this to say. I met Agnea when I was young, and it was then that I swore myself to her service. Ever since, I have hunted for her and her alone, even slain the legendary monster known as the Guardian of the First Flame, at her behest. Sometimes I hunted people, too, like the time I came to possess the Dark Blood Bow. Once again, my lady has use of me, and so I shall gladly obey. I nodded along, and when she finished, she showed me a monster. This beast, which she had captured on Totohaha, looked out at me with eyes filled with loathing for all that walked on this earth. I asked her what it was, and she told me the result of years of brutal conditioning and a healthy dose of Harvey's science for good measure. The result? An abomination crafted through repeated and horrifying experiments. I nodded again. A soul this steeped in despair would surely prove to be a great source of power. It seems that leaving the flame of Totohaha in her care should prove no issue. The beast, captured on Totohaha, with Harvey's experiments in the shadow. What do you think it was, chat? The animal that left us at the very beginning of Ochet's story, back when she was being made a hunter and picking her companion, that this was the animal that fled and got picked up by Petrichor and subjected to all those horrifying things to turn into the thing that it was, with all the shadow and the scars and everything. They've been orchestrating it this whole time, not just behind the scenes of the entire game. Ah! Man, bless the writers here. Absolutely bless the writers here. Alright, so we've made our way here. And now we see we have two statues. Aliphan the Scholar King. Let the mirror shine and chase away the darkness. Statue of Befelgen, the traitor. Which, if you think back on the cross paths, that the one that we did back in Ku was the warrior and the dancer, who was Hikari and Agnea, and they had their cross paths. Now we've got to get Oswald and Particio, who also had cross paths. Like, the details! The freaking details! Alright, so we've got Oswald and Particio. Also, they're both warriors, because I wanted to be sure I gave both of them the deal more damage buff, 100%. So that's why they're warriors right now. And now the statues are glowing. And now we've got the shiny mirror. And now we're going to get even more lore. The mirror reflects the memories of the sacred flame.
Now what have we got here? A sacred flame? Here of all places?
If you weren't paying attention or putting the pieces together, this is whose journal entries we've been reading the entire time. Ori, the scrivener we met in Particio's story. She's been following everybody around. She's been in this whole plot the whole time about snuffing out the dawn. Ori was the one reading all those journal entries, writing all those entries we just read.
Have I stumbled upon a scoop
Ori and
once again?
Particio.
Why, I believe I have. I'm glad that's done. There's no need to keep up this cloying facade. To wear the mask of a chipper, unflappable scrivener. No. Now I bring an end to this dark, wretched world. to liberate its people from their pain, their suffering, and their hatred. Just like I swore to you, brother. Together, we will usher in the night. I kept a close eye on the travelers, all while my allies and I worked behind the scenes. Until at last, I found the book I sought. The Dark Blood Grimoire. With it, I will smother the sacred flames, that they will never again light the way for the dawn. I offer this gift of blood. May the flames turn cold and dark. Mortals. Gods. Who was it that drew the line between them? The blessed? The accursed? Us? Them? Articio. Would that we had never met. I'm sorry. Brother.
Like the one before, they had to sacrifice somebody in order to extinguish the flame. But now we've restored it. Also, if you were still following Ori's brother, who she had mentioned and just said brother the whole time. She mentioned him in the first entry, saying that he was the sharp-eyed eagle. Ori's brother was Kazan, was Oboro, back in Hikari's story. Writing is so freaking good! Ori. I heard from an apothecary in town. A woman was found collapsed near the sacred flame and brought there for treatment. She had brown hair and wore a cap, much like a scrivener. After she regained consciousness, she simply vanished. So they brought her back in town, she regained consciousness, but she didn't die. She just gave up her blood for the sacrifice to snuff out the flame. But what happened to her? Again, I don't remember absolutely everything. I remember a lot of the big things that I've been kind of hinting here and there, but I don't remember absolutely everything, which is why the replay is so good! Because you pick up on stuff. That's Ori. It's gotta be. And that's true, then. What saved her? It appears her wounds fell just short of being fatal. She must have changed her mind, just in the nick of time. She saw the worth in walking toward the dawn. Well, I can hazard a guess as to why she hesitated. I believe it was thoughts of you that saved her life. Me? Now don't be ridiculous. Like I'd have anything to do with that. Well, no matter. As long as she's alive, all's well. Which is where'd she wander off to? I sure am lucky that you're around to cheer me up, eh? Our journey isn't over. We do well not to waste time in idle conversation. But if you must talk, then perhaps a different topic of conversation would suffice. Oswald, thank you kindly. All the connections with all the travelers, all the bonds that they've been building are so freaking good. Once again, I don't know how they're blowing the walls open, because this was another place that we came, I think, at one point, and we saw that mural or that relief about the blue flame, the sacred flames, but just somehow they're finding something in order to just blow open all these walls and find the sacred flames. Ugh. Oh yeah, we were here. Oh, whose story were we here for? Oswald's? I'm pretty sure it was Oswald's because it was... Oh, no. Or it was Temenos's. Because he was following in the footsteps of Caldina, who was part of this clan in the Fell Sun Ruins. And all of them were killed. Again, trying to keep all the tribes together is difficult. But yeah, this is where this was. But now the sacred flame is lit once again. Now where are we going? Alright. Again, they've told us we don't have a heading. We don't have a heading, we just have to look for clues. So we've got 2 places left where the darkness is the greatest. The tombs of the Warden's Beast, who we already have a hint as to who's going to be here waiting for us. Petrichor, the Dark Hunter. But yeah, I apologize if some of this is going over your head. This is just like, again, I never expected writing to be like this deep and just woven so well with like the plot as a subplot behind the scenes of all the travelers' stories and all the travelers and their bonds building together and everything. And then just like, I'll have to put something either in the chat or in Discord at some point that shows when I was starting to put like all this stuff together back during my real first playthrough when this game first released. Because I was just as mind blown with all the things that we're putting together. And there's still one more, like, it's not huge, but it is kind of significant. And it kind of has to go back to the beginning of Temenos' story. When they were talking about doing all this stuff with dark rituals and assembling the Book of Night, or the Book of Demons or whatever it is, with like taking out the people in various jobs of the gods in reverse to the prayer to the gods. I'll leave it there. This game is so good! So we've lit the flames. And the loading icon is changing again, but it still has those like eyes. It's so freaking eerie. And real quick, I could use a nap. Because if someone is actually there waiting for us at the flame, we're gonna have problems. Okay, now I don't think we need Particio. Do think we will need Ochet though. Again, now it's coming down to like, who am I gonna have in the party? Who am I gonna have in the party in order to do like do the strong things? Because there should be a save point nearby, though. But again, chat, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. And I hope that you guys are, you know, despite my kind of dramatics and flair for trying to tell a story or lay things out, like, I do hope you guys are enjoying the story. I do hope it is enjoyable. No, we're good. Alright. Path to the Tomb of the Warden's Beast. Again, we're back on the track. When this creepy music and the darkness and everything, like... Again, even orchestrating the menu and the world map and everything. With, like, you know, saying you have no clues, or you have no markers, but you have to sniff out the clues for what your next step is. And they did such a good job!
I shall be your opponent.
Cleaning time.
Okay, does someone have evasive maneuvers? Because we need that again. Hold. Okay, Ochette does. Very good. Oh wait, no, that's a secret. That's not what we want. Like, I get that this is deep in lore, and it's sometimes a little confusing. Because, like, keeping up with 8 stories and keeping up with details here and there that may or may not be significant, as well as over such a spread of time. Like, I understand it's hard to keep up with all these details.
I'll do what I
And
must.
such, so I'll try to do my best to
we go.
explain everything. I don't know if I can TLDR. I don't know if I can TLDR everything. But I can do my best to kind of sum stuff up. Or at least point out the things that they were hinting at that were happening in the background as the chapters were going on. Ugh.
Shall we?
What to do?
No, we're good. Alright. This is where Ochette's story began? Well, this isn't technically where it ended. But a lot of things happening. And now I forget. Were these bones here to begin with? All the way back here. With once again, the reliefs hiding secrets. This was where they had the tale of the 3 creatures of legend and the night of the crimson moon. The scarlet moon, whatever. All the way back here. But now, we know who's waiting for us. The sense of danger is overwhelming. Are you certain you wish to proceed? Hold.
I'll accept only victory.
Oh, hi. Ew.
Now it begins.
Grotesque monster and twisted spawn. Ooh. We got some crazy stuff going on here. Something was waiting for us. Ooh. Let's do this.
You're in for it. You can explode. I've got it.
Cleaning time.
Read. 120,000, not awful. At least not the strongest thing we fought. Well, it doesn't mean I should let my guard down, because, oh boy. Let you in. Oh yeah, there's this too, the Rite of the Sun. Revive and fully restore the HP of all allies, raise physical defenses for 2 turns, and then you can't act for 6 turns. Like, that's a big all-in risk right there. Not being able to use one of your characters. Single ally. Oh, the Dance of Immunity only applies to one. Let's do this.
Blaze on, flame.
Let's go! Akala! Sorry!
Ow. We need to take out the babies. Sheesh.
You're too kind.
Prepare yourself. Ha! To work.
Be healed.
Ow. Rude.
Pray away.
Hang on. I've got a plan.
Prepare yourself.
What to do?
Oh dear. Repent.
Oh, action. Don't do that one. Let's just heal.
Be healed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yippee.
What to do?
As swift as a snake.
Alright, time to break.
You're open.
Ready?
I'm not even gonna chance trying to find what the other weakness is. We'll just do this.
Yeah.
So that's your weakness.
Perfect, Throne! Sorry, but I need a rocket hunt up.
Now it begins.
Oh, and y'all check this out. I forgot to completely use this at the
Keep
end of
my
Hikari's
friends
story, but no longer is his skill Darkness's Hold. Now it's Light's Radiance. And it's completely different. It's no longer the blood of the Darkest or whatever it is. So
I
now
fight for my friends.
it's totally Hikari. Although I don't really want to use the Light. I want to use Brains Blade.
I'll end this.
Because it's powerful.
I summon Brand, the Thunder Blade.
Oh dear. Be healed.
My prey awaits.
Then...
Wahoo!
Hey, Short!
Many thanks.
Ready?
Okay, he's can't steal from it. That's fine.
Playtime's over. Aber, Prince of Thieves.
Here
This
I
is why we make sure we have deal more damage on. Because we can do more than 10,000 damage a pop. It's huge.
I won't be afraid. Tengetsu-san!
Where was I?
Eyes healed up. Ooh, ow. Fine.
You're too kind.
Oh dear.
I was gonna try to see if Ochek could steal, or, what's it?
Be healed.
You're too kind, Temenos.
Collect. That's what
My
you
turn.
consider.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We're doing this.
Where was
I
I?
went the beast, now we just gotta take out the babbies. Woo.
Repent!
Blaze on, O sacred flame.
My turn.
My prey away.
Now it begins. I'm sorry.
Bravo!
Which I guess the babbies are pushovers.
Ah! Blaze on, O sacred flame.
Cleaning time.
Prepare yourself.
Let's go. Huh? And now.
Very well.
My prey awaits.
Cleaning time.
Now it begins.
Good.
You're in for good. There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sores.
Okay. There's that. It was an actual boss fight waiting for us at the flame. We got something called the Black Bow. Alright, so we've got the Hunter. But now we need Casti. But Chochette and Casti had their story together. Their cross paths. Oh, wait, hang on. Black bow, slim chance to instantly kill target. Scarlet moon waxes and the first flame wanes. At last our great wish shall be fulfilled.
This world is naught but hunters and their prey. Just as Cataracta fell to my bow, just as Glacius's egg shattered before my might. The Dark Hunter sets forth once again, and my aim will not falter. Under the gaze of the Scarlet Moon, I shall fulfill the Great Wish. You must be quivering with joy, for your time has come at last. 10 years ago, I scooped you up, let you live. It was all for this moment. The darkness in our hearts is fed by anger, hatred, resentment, and jealousy. Our basest instincts. As that darkness grows deeper, so too does the shadow grow powerful. Few can stand against a beast whose heart has been drowned in darkness. A beast such as you. Long have I waited for the darkness within you to become black as night. So that maddening flame could be smothered forevermore. With my lifeblood, I shall call down the night. Now then. Make of my flesh an offering. And banish all that stands to oppose us. Give meaning to your miserable life.
So she used the owl to kill her. And to take out the flame. Hang on. Curious of something else.
Ah, Arcanet.
Now we've lit the third sacred flame. Hang on, I want to hear travel banter, but... Okay. I wasn't sure how things changed, but we got the black bow from the grotesque monsters fight. So what they were implying is that that was something Petrichor turned into when she was sacrificed. I wasn't sure if they changed forms, like if it was a combination of Petrichor and the Darkling animal that was the opposite of your partner that you chose. If that changed, that would have been crazy. But still, yeah, that was implied that was Petrichor in there. Like you even saw that like purple sack there that could have held her body. Oh, and this game and its writing is crazy. And this was the first flame that was extinguished too, since we came back and did Ochet's story. So that was the first flame, huh? Have you heard of it before? Yeah, it came to life inside of me. That's right! The blue flame that encompassed Ochet and Akala when they were in the ocean. It was comforting and warm. It was then that I decided I wanted to protect the island. I always felt you had a heart warmer than most. Now I think I'm ready to take on something even bigger. I'm ready to protect the whole world. That's what a hunter should do, after all. I feel the same way as you do. I want to extend a helping hand to everyone in need during this endless night. You're an apothecary everyone can count on. Then let's do it together. Let's keep everyone safe. Gladly, Ochet. I'm honored to have you by my side. So good. Again, I already saw it from when we played Octopath Traveler 0 that they're going to have some even crazier writing in that I could already feel. Like, again, I know I'm not going to be able to play Octopath Zero because clearly it comes out this week. But, at some point I would like to get to it because it does look fascinating. And, hoo boy. And it looks gorgeous and it sounds great. And I'm pretty sure they brought back the same teams that worked on the previous Octopaths as well as Yasunori Nishiki. And it looks gorgeous and it's just like, ah! Again, like, this is such a fantastic masterpiece of a series and a game. Alright. Last place. Flame Church. Where Temenos' story started. Oh, it's just like right there. Hold on. Alright, we've got Temenos. Got Temenos. Temenos and Throne, that's who it was. Temenos and Throne. Let's be sure everybody's healed up. Hold on. Hold on. I actually want to go back to the save point that's down here. Oops.
Time to clean up the filth.
Me and chat, I hope y'all are having a
To work.
fantastic Monday. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the story and everything. Again, like, it's a lot to keep up with. But still, it's so good. Like, just thinking how everything's coming together for literally having to save the world. Like, we were all just a ragtag group of travelers meeting up together and having our own stories this whole time with hints of something more in the background. And now it's like, we're literally having to come together to save the world.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
But this smell, it's the scent of humans. They're frightened, hiding.
Someone's coming.
Mint!
Is that you, Temenos? Out for a stroll in a place like this? You always did have the habit of sticking your nose in places it doesn't belong.
A friend of yours, Temenos?
In a manner of speaking, but something's odd.
Now remember, they kept correspondence his whole trip.
You failed to see what was in front of you. The shadow is ever by thy side.
Just what are you? This is an inquisition. Refuse to answer and...
Attempting to conquer others with threats of violence will always fail. Those who are subdued by strength cannot help but rebel. To conquer them, truly conquer them, you must subjugate their hearts and minds. Hearken to the shadows in their hearts.
What are you talking about?
People are desperate for a place to belong. Give it to them, and they cannot bear to live anywhere else. And then,
their hearts and minds are yours.
Their hearts and minds?
Humans are foolish by their very nature. Centuries pass, and yet they remain the same.
Bold words for someone so young.
Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade, and soon night shall fall.
The teachings of the Moonshade Order. No, it can't be.
Since you are so dogged in your search for the truth, allow me to help you. My true name is Arcanet.
Mm-hmm.
And I am the leader of the Moonshade Order. The same order that slaughtered the Call.
Mm-hmm.
All so that I could steal the flame.
That's impossible. The massacre of the Call was decades ago, and the Moonshade Order's origins are older still.
It's not impossible. There are old souls out there that hide behind youthful faces.
Thanks to Caldina's efforts, the Book of Night is now in my possession. That girl was so eager to be a puppet. She didn't realize the strings were held by her sworn enemy.
The Pontiff knew who you were. He was going to tell me, but his life was cut short.
I had hoped you would be more stricken. How dull. Such has ever been your nature. Your face always a placid mask. But I suppose it matters not. This world's end draws nigh.
That staff.
Once, long ago, night was invited into the world. But a loathsome fume drove it away. Those events will not repeat themselves again.
She's been orchestrating this
You
this
stole
whole
the futures
time.
of untold innocence.
Did I? Then you should thank me. This world is cruel, monstrous,
Edge, please.
with not a single mote of joy to be found amongst the misery. Don't you see? Roy, Pontiff Jorg. Yes, and even Crick.
Mm.
They knew the beauty of a dawn that would never come.
Quiet. I won't allow you to sully their names with such blasphemy.
Tell him, Temenos.
You will answer for your sins, Arcanet. And I'll ensure the world they hoped for comes to pass.
At last, Temenos' mask falls off.
I'm the hunter, you're the prey.
The whole time. This wench has been orchestrating this behind the scenes this whole time. Faking to be Mint and saying, oh, you'll write letters, won't you? And there were even hints of saying, hey, we know where they're going. We have correspondence that says what they've been doing. And it's been Mint. It's been Arcanet this whole freaking time. And she's been orchestrating everybody. Because she established the Moonshade Order. So now we know who has literally been orchestrating everything behind the scenes. Not just Obero. Not just Obero. Arcanet has been using everybody. Harvey, Trousseau, Petrichor, Ori, Claude, and Obero. And there's one more person in there we'll get to in a little bit. If you haven't seen the pieces starting to fall even more into place, which is insane, we'll get there. But sadly, we do have to have Adge, but I will delay the boss fight. I won't finish it in 3 minutes, so we can go ahead. I forget if there's going to be lore during this or not. If I will pause. I promise. But, oh man! But yeah. Adge, we'll just continue the boss fight. If there's lore, we'll stop, and we'll come back when the ads are over. But I appreciate y'all's patience. We're gonna let the ads play. I'll probably take a quick stretch break as well, but oh man! Frickin' mint. Frickin' Arcanet. 150.
Let's go.
Fine.
Very well.
Let me guess, she's weak to light.
Holy light, illuminate the dark.
No!
Here I come.
Interesting. Alright. Let's do this.
You're in for it now. I've got
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Now she's summoning Adge. Ads. I don't try to make the jokes, they just happen, folks, so. You know what, let's maybe try playing with the Conjurer stuff.
Unleash the flames within.
Cleaning time. Inside.
That's bullseye too, what the
My prey awaits.
this game. I will say, Fiery Pursuit is pretty stinking powerful, to say the
Here I
least.
come.
Right.
Not stabs. Huh.
Time to finish this.
My turn.
Oh wait, let me see. Ooh, we can steal from her. We can steal from Arcanet at some point. Okay.
Here I come. Good.
What is their weakness?
To work.
Suppose. Ow.
Not bad.
Lightning.
To work.
Okay.
Be healed.
Right.
Oh, that kind of stings. What is this thing's
Where was
weakness? Oh lord.
Lay
Hold on. Hard.
There's a light weakness.
Give up.
That
Ronnie.
kinda hurt. That kinda hurts. Ew.
Go on then.
I owe you.
Oh my gosh, you prick. Had to hit Throne, didn't
Prepare
you?
yourself.
It goes to show drawing out a fight is not the way to go. What else is this stupid ant's weakness? Oh my word. Need to get Throne back.
Here.
Here we go. Sorry, but I need a ride to the top.
Oh dear.
You know what? Eat fire.
You're welcome. Rone!
Almost killed her again. Hey, yay.
Be healed.
Many thanks.
Right. Akala, to finish this.
There, dagger? I thought I used a dagger. Oh, the biscuit.
You're too kind.
Now it begins.
At least have her latent power up. That's the important thing.
You're in for it now. Good.
There we go.
Right.
Watch me.
And then she'll get that back next turn.
You're open. How dare you? Don't blink.
My turn. I fight for my friends.
There, throw
I
everything
summon
we've got at this
Brand, the
win.
Thunderblade.
Very well.
I'm kind of tempted to do the what's it? The Heavenly Shine. Just for kicks. But
Feel the lightning all around.
prey awaits.
See, now with Ochette, I'm kind of at an impasse. Because I could do her latent power single attack, or I could bring out the shark. Like, all kinds of options. I'm not sure which one would be best.
I'm starving! Wahoo!
Who does that? At least I know she's gonna get more than a max attack on her.
That's my course!
How dare you? Sorry, but I won't hold back. Aber, Prince of Thieves!
To work.
You know what? Why not? Why not, Blaster?
I won't back down.
Max Heavenly Shine, almost full SP. Let's do it.
Elfric, unleash your fury.
Now it begins.
Okay. That probably could have been more powerful if I had to deal more damage on Temenos. Just with the healer, you don't ever think about it, but still, that was cool.
I won't be afraid.
Done.
There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my soul.
And so we arrive at this moment. Are you truly so desperate to see the dawn?
Mm-hmm.
I see now that the Pontiff was not the true threat. It was you, Temenos. You, a dagger sharpened to a razor's edge. Claude's masterwork.
Ugh.
I can see it. The collar around that thin neck of yours.
A collar?
You will never be free. Even if I fall here, nothing will end. And there, always near. Soon, night shall fall.
Farewell, Mint. Your days of meddling are over.
Soon night shall fall.
There she goes.
From the looks of it, it already has.
If this isn't night, then...
Appropriate time for the chicken poof. What's up, Minstrel? How are you? Alright, well. She's saying soon, so not right now, but soon. But, welcome back from those ads. Thank you guys for your patience. Hopefully, I mean, we should have been out of ads by the time the boss fight was over. You didn't miss anything. I promise. I see we've reached this point in the game. It's all coming together. Yes. 100%.
It's all coming together.
Fittingly enough. How are you, Minstrel? It's good to see you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I know you were talking about how you got some snow up where you were. Oh my gosh. Agnea was orchestrating everything in the beginning. Ugh. And just things you don't see. Things you don't see until they fall right into place. I mean, unless, you know, you're one of those sharper mystery people that picks up on little things here and there. All that. You're be well enough, I feel that. They're giving us a lot of save points. I mean, which I will take. Also, remember this in the very beginning? Remember this way back in the beginning? How they had the sacred flame, and they had these statues, and we thought that these were important? And now they are? Cinema. Absolute cinema. Though the question is, who did Arcanet sacrifice to extinguish the flame? Tansy's journal. Did you write this? Odner asked. I immediately ripped the book out of his grasp, and he shrank back a little, surprised at my strength. I couldn't believe that he of all people had gotten his hands on my hidden script. Odner had been acting from a young age and was already doing quite well for himself. I too had longed for the stage since I was a child, but ended up working at my parents' candle shop instead. Even so, I hadn't been able to give up on writing, and it became my secret pastime. I hadn't shown my scripts to anyone, though, afraid that their response would confirm just how talentless I was. I screwed my eyes shut in embarrassment, preparing myself for his ridicule of my silly script, but... Would you mind if I performed this? He asked. I let out a strange gasp, completely caught off guard. It'd be a shame not to. Why don't we show it off at the next Festival of Grace? Though taken aback by the proposal, I was overjoyed to know that someone appreciated my writing. I nodded in agreement and decided to make it a performance to remember. Despite it being Odner's idea, I realized that I was even more excited than he was. I even began composing musical scores for the show. I love you, Mary. Those words caused my heart to race, and my hands on the harp to stop. What's wrong? Odner asked as he peered into my face with concern. I realized that he no longer looked like the brat who had tormented me with insects in our youth. Still, I knew that the words he spoke were not his own. I had been the one to write them after all. Half a month before the great Festival of Grace, his performance was all but perfect. I couldn't help but wonder when he found the time to practice after his normal work was through. I, on the other hand, was struggling to think of a fitting ending to the script and worked late into the night. Unable to ignore my struggles, Odner pulled me away from my desk and whisked me away into town late at night. The gods are all ours right now, he told me as we stuck into an empty church. Not long after, I was struck by inspiration, perhaps by the grace of the sacred flame. Odner watched quietly as word upon word flowed from the tip of my pen. By the time I was finished, dawn was breaking. As Odner read my script, his face was more serious than ever, and my heart pounded in my chest, though not out of nervousness. Once he finished, he smiled softly. "Will you marry me?" he asked, and I let out another strange gasp. Had I written that line? No. This time, those words were Odner's own. His proposals always had a way of bringing me unrivaled joy. My heart warmed at the sight of his smile, and the thought of performing the script we had written together. How I wished that happiness would last us a lifetime. Alas, I watched as the clerics carried his casket, and sobs filled the air around me. I laid him to rest with our script and his beloved yellow flowers. No, I thought to myself, this wasn't the ending I had envisioned. The day after finishing the script, I woke up to find my love cold beside me. According to the apothecary, Odner's heart had failed him. I wondered if work was to blame. Why hadn't I noticed? I killed him. I pushed him too hard. It was all my fault. All my fault. Unable to bear the guilt, I pushed his death from my mind and carried on as usual. But whenever I remembered my beloved, I would clench my jaw so hard I thought my teeth would break. One day I found myself in front of a church. The same place Audner and I swore our love to each other, and a single cleric came to speak with me. Sadness is something that builds up inside us. Holding it all in will do nothing but destroy you, she told me. Please let it out. You don't need to endure it any longer. Moved by her warmth, I spoke of everything that I had buried deep inside me. She listened to every word and at the end embraced me gently. All of my guilt and sadness were washed away by her kindness. Then one day, my feelings for Audner disappeared, and all that was left was her. One day I saw her with another woman and feared that she would leave me. Knowing I had to secure my place in her world, I told her that I would do whatever she asked of me. She smiled gently in response and said, I want you to find the blue flames, wherever they may be in this world. I left on my journey soon thereafter. My parents cried and tried to stop me, but I pushed them away. Unfortunately, I barely knew the area outside of my own home, let alone the whole world. Not long after, I met with a traveling troupe. They claimed to be bringing smiles to every corner of the realm, so I joined them, and the search began. That's how I found it. The blue flame she was looking for. It was on an aisle at the edge of the world. I could only imagine how pleased she'd be. I was sure she would let me stay at her side. Oh, how I adore Sister Mint. I love you, Tansy, she said. Her warm voice and words reverberated in my head. She then handed me an old tome called the Book of Night, and recommended that I read it. So I did, right then and there. It was a story of a people who did not long to see the dawn. I'd never read such an incredible tale before. As I looked up from its pages, she smiled at me. I realized that there was no greater happiness to be had than reading a wonderful book and seeing Sister Mint's smile. In my mind, no brighter dawn awaited. Yes, I have no need for the dawn. It can all end here and now. Arcanet sacrificed Tansy. Tansy was a part of Giselle's traveling troupe in Agnea's story. Every time she said, "Oh goddess," she was referring to Arcanet, to Mint. So now we know Tansy was the last person manipulated in this entire story. Again, Harvey, Trousseau, Arcanet, Petrichor, Ori, Tansy, Claude, and Obero. That's Octopath backwards, chat. Yep. I haven't marked where I had my mind blown when me and chat were thinking back on all of this. And it's like, wait. How is all of this matching up? Is that every single person, that this is why there was a true order to Octopath. With Oswald, Casti, Temenos, Ochette, Particio, Agnea, Throne, and Hikari. It's Octopath backwards. And those are the Moonshade Order opposites to our Traveler Party. This is such a gorgeous story. I know! I know! My mind was absolutely blown when we were thinking back on this. It's like, wait! So was every one of these people influencing one of these travelers? We're not going to watch it on stream. But let me give you guys something that I've been holding on to. Because I remember back when we were discussing this during my first playthrough. And it was just, like, absolute mind blown. Absolute mind blown. Where is it? I gotta pull this up. Yeah, right about here. This is about Now this is in the middle of the VOD. This is in the middle of the VOD, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Or do, if you want to. If you want to see all of my real reactions and such. But this is from when I first played through the game. I have the exact timestamp of when things start falling into place. Sorry, my nose is itchy. When things start falling into place. And when we finally put everything together. When we're going through all of this backstory. And everything. And this is what was happening. Ugh. Yeah, now we've got the statues of the priest and the thief. So now we can do the last one. We can light the last flame again. And the last memories of the sacred flame.
Ah. Wake up, Tansy. Night has come. Wake up, Tansy. Night has come.
Sister Mint? Oh, I fell asleep without realizing it.
Do not worry. You must have been quite tired. You traveled far to see my wish granted.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Mint, I mean, Goddess. I would do anything if it brought me closer to you.
Your devotion is moving. You have gone far beyond my every expectation. And must be rewarded.
Rewarded?
I love you, Tansy.
Huh? It's so dark. Where am I? What? My body?
Absolute betrayal.
Pathetic child, oblivious until the very end. But this is what you wanted, is it not? It's not as if you desired to see the dawn. The sacred flames have been snuffed out. Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade. And soon the world shall know the joy of a dawn that never comes. All who stand in my way shall be cast aside. I shall root out the travelers and bury that wretched mirror beneath the earth.
In which she didn't. And we found the mirror. And the pieces. And we beat her. Oh, man. Like, again, we saw the flames being snuffed out, but they withheld all the information as to how they were snuffed out until we got to the places where it happened. And, again, cinema.
That it may never enkindle the flames again.
Do they? That was her plan the whole time. We've relit them all. The light of the sacred flame indicated the southwest direction. And now suddenly everybody's back. Everybody's finally back. Thank goodness. Now the flames are lit. They're all indicating somewhere out here. Yeah, now at least I think we can go back to doing our path actions. I don't know if we can do story or we certainly can't change day and night, so we can only do night actions, unfortunately. But at least the other power is that we can swap out any and all of our party members as we please. Man. This game is so smart. This game is so smart. Like, I'm curious with people's first playthroughs when they would actually start picking up on this. Of course. Like, all of it just blew my mind. So again, remember that video I shared that is on the YouTube where all these are being uploaded, of course. Because I remember between me and chat just being like, just rolling at what they were putting together for us. We finished everybody's stories. Of course, we haven't finished all the side stories. They're like more to be found everywhere. The only ones I have finished were the wildlands. Now either means I haven't found them and completed them, which is likely the case. But, oh man, the game is too good. The game is too good. But hey, that looks to be out in the middle of the ocean. So what are we gonna do? But again, using the world map. Using the world map for purposes. Like, I've really, really enjoyed this. Like, this harkens back to some cryptic, like, old RPG stuff right here. Where it's, you have your items, the menu is glowing when it says to, like, use the mirror. Using the map to find your heading, literally. And guessing where you have to go next. Like, this is some old RPG stuff feels right here. And they did it so well! They did it so freaking well. Yeah, even though we're not in the darkness anymore, we're still technically in the night. We're still technically in the night. And those eyes in the center haven't been put out either yet. And it's just complete silence. Hang on. Hang on, I want to save. Just in case. Here. Oh, whoa, what's this? This wasn't here in the middle of the ocean before. This is completely new. This is some boss stuff. Vidania.
That's...
Do you know where we are, Temenos?
the battlefield of the gods. Vidania.
Vidania?
The Isle of Illusions. A legend passed down by the Order of the Sacred Flame. To think it actually exists.
That of the exact paper play he was telling in the very beginning of his tale about the battle of the gods versus V-Day. Never would have imagined you would see this. Oh yeah, but all the lights are on all the sacred flames are lit on the loading screen icon. Yeah, it's completely normal rock formation. Gosh.
Illusions, eh? So that means we've dropped plumb off the map.
The legend says it was sealed on the ocean floor by the power of the sacred flames.
The sacred flames?
Then why is it here? The flames are burning bright, aren't they?
Yes, but there was a moment before we reignited them that their light was snuffed out.
And that was enough to break the seal?
This is what they were after. Those who would deny the dawn.
To world's end.
World's end, it beckons for
Is
you.
that where you are, Kazan? Is that where you plan to call down the night?
And of course Hikari would remember that story. Make for Castle Vidania. No. But, yeah, when Hikari said at World's End, again, y'all remember that little sheet? This little sheet of things that I have written down, and I've basically kept secret from you guys this whole time. Because if you look, I don't know if you can see it, I wrote down the Octopath and the opposite Octopath weeks ago. Because I remember that was like one of the big things. Because we didn't know everybody's names. Things were starting to pop up that made sense. But we didn't know everybody's names yet. So I kept this secret. I wrote down other little things that alluded to what was going on in the background. Along with like, you know, telling you guys about the music. Things I needed to find. What was it? The other thing? That'll come in later. But oh man. And then again, with like Alpates, with Yomi's song that she sang during Hikari and Agnea's cross paths, was as night heralds end of day, the moon or the mirror beckons for your gaze, a path found by heart true at world's end it beckons you. Let not the darkness lead you astray. Conquer it and grasp the light, then make the world forever bright. Ah! Just... Yeah, that's where we gotta go. That's 100% where we gotta go. And the creepy music is back. Of course. Wait, I kind of wonder... Because I know we've been zip-zapping all over the place. Like... Okay, now I'm genuinely curious. Hang on. I'm gonna go back here. We've seen the end, where it's gonna end. And everything. No. Because I made a separate save when I was going back to get the Conjurer's job and do some of the side quests for some of that really good gear. But now I'm kind of genuinely curious. We're not going to carry on from here. Because all that's left for us from here is the final boss. And the final boss is a fight. Is 100% a fight. There is no way I would be able to do the boss fight and like the epilogue, like all of it, because there's so much story, so much fight, so many mechanics and everything. I mean, like, unless I did like fast strats, which I don't want to, I'll still go in informed. and such, of course. Like, I know what the things that are going to happen for the most part. But, I want to give us plenty of time to be able to experience everything. And, I don't know. The only other thing I know that we've talked about is, doing the other big secret thing, which, supposedly, for the secret boss that's around here, I would need about 20 to 30 levels more than what we've got right now, so... Not that that would be, like, excruciatingly difficult, but it would take some time. But, real quick, I want to see something. We've saved. This is fine. I want to see something. Because, again, we've been zip-zapping all over the place. We've been fast traveling, because thank you, fast travel. But, I want to see something. I think it was this save. Or it was this save. Where I reloaded so you guys wouldn't miss all the lore in the Fell Sun Ruins. Or no, it was after. But either way, real quick. Now this was after we lit the flame back in the grotto. But again, there are no lights. There's no nothing yet. I kind of want to see something. Like, if perchance, instead of just instantly warping to where you thought you should go for the story, I kind of want to go see. I kind of want to go see if Vidania is just still smack in the middle here. Oh, it is! Oh my gosh, it is, but it's not like... It's not fully raised up. Oh my word. In case you ever wonder, there is a category extension for the game on speedrun.com for all achievements. World record on the site is under 4 hours. Good night. But yeah, now you see, this is... You can't even enter it right now, but this is already, like, in motion. So I'm guessing with, like, each light that we relight... or each flame that we relight, that this is raising up to where it should be. The battlefield of the gods is raising up, but this has already been here. Ugh. Details. The details. And I remember I've seen some speedruns of this. Like here and there, of course, either for like all the way to the secret big bad, or to, I guess like to the end. Even single stories. Even single stories are all like, can be like 30 to 45 minutes a piece. And that's completing like every character's chapter in like 30 minutes to an hour or so. Yeah, just the details. They did such a good job with the details. And of course the flames and the darkness, just... Alright, we'll go back. It's so good! Yeah, I love this game. This is a reason why this game was one of my favorites in 2023 when it released. Oh, is it just silent now? That's interesting. They take away the mood music. Hang on. Oops.
Come and get me.
This is fine.
Oh dear. Say your prayers.
Oh, hang on. There's only one flame lit on the transition screen for the time. That it was. I'll go to New Delta real quick. Because kinda chatting and everything in silence is kind of weird. Kind of odd. Ooh. Oh man, what do we want? Sure. We'll put on Temenos' theme because it's good, but oh my gosh. I love this game. I'm looking forward to its conclusion and everything. But again, like, all that's left, technically, for the story, is the final boss fight. And it's gonna be a fight. Like, I remember, I think that fight took me at least 2 to 3 hours. At least 2 to 3 hours, of course. Like, it was not short, unfortunately. But oh man. I was expecting that minstrel. I was expecting it to be the shark or the scourge of the sea, 100%, and then we just would have decimated it and probably used something and used one of the summons against it. But this game is so good. This game is so good. Yeah, again, we are calling it a little short here today. Again, I haven't been feeling like 100% just because of all the cold and everything, and I'm very thankful that our internet hasn't sidled with all the stuff that's supposed to be going on with like rain and threats of icy weather and everything. But we will be back to this on Friday. Lock in. That is the boss fight. We are going to see Kazan and whatever is waiting for us at World's End and everything. I hope y'all are excited. I hope y'all didn't get overwhelmed by all of the lore. And I hope y'all enjoyed, the short cozy stream. Just showing off all of the lore, taking it in, not rushing, and just, again, enjoying the game for what it is. But thank you everybody so much for watching, whether you've lurked or chatted. I appreciate all of you cute gamers for coming in to hang out. Thank you guys so much for the resubs. Thank you guys for hanging out and enjoying the Octopath. You know why now that I enjoy this game, that has just been amazing. The writing is fantastic. I look forward to more. I hope you guys do as well. It'll be on Friday. Tomorrow we're going to be playing Windswept again, finally, since I was sick last week. As Minstrel has so dutifully put in the links in the chat, if you want to continue to follow the content and know what we are doing and support it for free, you can check out the Discord where we're going live notifications, the schedule. I take suggestions from all my community there as well as sharing stuff with the community and with the subs of stuff. If you also want to follow and see any of my other previous stuff, all the previous VODs, catch up on all the lore of this playthrough, of the first playthrough, even though it was, back before we were even fancier and everything, but it was my first playthrough. All that and more, and other cool RPGs, demos, randos, all that is on there for the YouTube. Any kind of interaction helps with the algorithm, and as we continue to grow for absolutely free. This is how you support your favorite streamer for free, of course. But, oh man, this is such a good game. This is such a good game. It is a JRPG of all time. It's so good. Alright, I know where I want to send you guys, because it has been a hot minute since they have been live, because he took last week off, deservedly, to go hang out with friends and family. I'm going to send you guys to J Hollow. He is playing some more Pokemon, of course. We love J Hollow. He is fantastic. You can also tell him, hey, you should totally play Octopath, because I know that's on his mind. But, if you do not have my emotes, you can always use Duxit, the 7TV emote. I know he has that in his chat as well. But yeah, J Hollow, fun, friendly, welcoming, hilarious streamer. Welcome him back. He's coming back from vacation and Thanksgiving and everything. He's going to be playing Kaizo Ironmon Nat Dex. Looks like he's got a big run in right now. Yes, also all my fellas. All my fellas. But yeah, this has been so good, and we're coming to the end of it. We're coming to the end of it. after this long, wonderful stretch that has been Octopath. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. But for now, I hope you all have a lovely day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I hope I'll see you all again soon. Go give Jay my best. Go say hello. Go welcome him back from vacay. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.